Welcome to the Amy and Joe Show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Joe. We are Keep Indiana Learning digital coaches doing a series of videos around 30 time saving tips brought to us by Apple Teacher.
Today we're going to discuss widgets, and it's a really fun word to say. And this is going to be a super quick, but I hope a very just exciting tip or trick for our teachers and students.
Yeah, and here are just a few of the reasons why you might want to know about widgets and what they're useful for. One thing is that widgets really personalize the device, whether it's for the student or the teacher. And students sometimes will buy in to their device more once they feel like it's a personal device. We know it's school issued, but still it gives them a little bit of an ownership feeling. And I think it's a great way to just quickly access those tools that you use most often instead of having to swipe, to the right and then search for it. It just shows up on that screen. And there are some widgets that I believe that teachers can add for efficiency reasons, such as the timer and different things. So I think this is a quick little simple tool, but really has a lot of context to it.
Absolutely. This conversation about widgets really was sort of non-existent. And then I had a teacher come up to me and she was just like, hey, I have a student that really wants quick access to a timer. And I'm like, oh, well, you could use a control center. And she was like, yeah, I know. But I think this student is just looking, and it was like she couldn't really put her finger on it, right? Like she just kind of wanted something different, but just didn't know what she didn't know. And we came across the widget for the clock, and I was like, well, maybe this would be a quicker, easier, more efficient way of allowing this student to have access to a timer, just for, focused attention, or for just, bringing that timer closer into the student's hands. And then, also schedules, right? Like, I mean, who doesn't love to know what's happening next? And so for some teachers, using the calendar or the to-do or the notes app as a widget has been very helpful. So I would love to share my screen here and just quickly sort of share what exactly a widget is, how to add widgets, and then honestly, widgets are pretty new. So depending upon which iOS version you are using, and please note too that your corporation may need to allow or not allow. I'm not really sure. It's still very new on where that stands. So if you don't have access to them, let's make sure that you at least know about it. And then we can always move forward and ask that question of, I wonder how this would help teaching and learning in your personal building.
Right.
So you're probably wondering, how do we add a widget? And so if you take your finger, you can do this on your iPad, you can do this on your iPhone. You may press and hold on an empty space on your home screen. You'll notice the word done up in the top right corner. You'll notice some minus signs. Those, allow you to take away whatever you don't need. And then you may notice, that plus sign up in the top left corner. Let's go ahead and tap on it. And when we do, you'll see our widget dashboard has appeared. And you can search for widgets. There are ones that are probably, they come standard with your iPad. However, some you'll notice are specific. And so what that means is that they give you the opportunity to connect with an app, using that word that Joe used with efficiency. And I don't know about you guys, but I love a good post-it note. I even have them stuck on the back of my iPad, just, for silly things, but that's just me. And so when you look at my widget dashboard, you'll see there is a yellow post-it widget available. I'm going to tap on it and it gives me some ideas, some ways to customize it. So even when you get into the widgets, you can personalize, you can customize even more. I think this is so neat. When I swipe across, you can see small. Do I want it bigger? Do I want to see like a little dashboard of Post-its? Do I want to see a grid? How do I want to see these widgets, right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and select the large one. When I do, you're going to see it says no favorite notes. Mark a note as favorite in the app to add it to the widget. Well, remember, this was the Post-it app that we were connecting to, not our Notes app. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap off into an empty space on my home screen. Then I'm going to pull up the Post-it app. When I do, you'll see down in the very bottom center is a star. I've already created this Post-it. I'm going to star it. And now, once I've done that, ta-da, there is my Post-it that has been not only flagged as a favorite, but Joe, it's reflection of how I'm feeling today. Happy because I get to talk about widgets with you and all of our amazing teachers and students out in the Keep Indiana Learning community. I just had to show you guys just a really cool tip or trick that for teachers can help you really feel like you have a way to customize, to personalize your device, and then, allowing students that opportunity. Mm-hmm. Now, Joe, you and I are in two different districts, and I know that every district does things differently. Yet in all these learning devices, these are school issued devices. Mm-hmm. So Joe and I, we invite you to have these conversations with your staff, with your students, with your administration, with your families about best ways of demonstrating, of modeling ownership so that the best care is taken for these amazing learning devices that have been placed in our students' hands to not just sit and get, but to, transform learning.
That's right. That's right. And that's what, iPads can be used for creativity in almost every space. So really great feature. Most of us, Amy, have probably not even explored all the widgets that are available to us. And we can get in there and really see and think, well, that could really be useful to my practice. So it's worth checking out for sure.
Absolutely. And watching it grow because, anything that is newly released just keeps getting better and better. And so, yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it and we'll keep letting you know the more that we learn.
That's right. So thanks for stopping by, everybody, and learning about this tip. And be sure to join us next time on Amy and Joe. Bye, everybody.